Hey. So guess what happened today when I was trying to stream like a minute ago?
Your streaming down?
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Internet. Thanks, Elgato.
I was trying to hop in because I saw that you were streaming, and I was like, oh, I'll watch some spreadsheets too. And then I went to like hop in, and it looked like I hopped in, and the moment I did, there was an ad, and then the ad went off, and it said that you were just offline. I was like, oh.
I wanted to play Splatoon because I actually wanted to get some anger out of my system. But no, I streamed Dragon Quest, which I mean Dragon Quest could do the same effect, but I beat Dragon Quest already. Splatoon you can't beat, and I'm trying to get to level 100. I'm so damn close. I'm level 89. Or 89, 98. Don't lie to me, that's pretty freaking close. So I'm thinking, okay, no one came in for Dragon Quest last night, so I mean, I'll just stream whatever I want to stream tonight, which would probably be like Breath of the Wild, Monster Hunter if you're going to be on. So like, I had options. I clearly had options. But of course, I want to blame mostly my internet. I think if my internet wasn't lagging out, I could consistently stream off my Elgato. But somehow the Ethernet cable that I'm using is less reliable than Wi-Fi. Let me clarify that this is a gaming computer. I'm sorry, but what?
I'm not sure what to tell you.
I thought gaming computers were meant to be like top of the line when it comes to like being able to stream or being able to record. I mean, being able to record is fine, but it's just like, I don't want to just record this computer, I want to stream off it.
I have no idea.
I'm about to say, you're 17, you know more computers than I do, so. I still the bare basics at best. So you want to hunt tonight? When I'm done, probably.
Sure.
Yeah, because you and your friend were gonna tag up tomorrow or something?
I think so.
I can't contact her like privately, so I would contact her if I could. I guess also we got Marie, so if we want really, it's a Marie, Maria, whatever her name is. We have her on Discord, so we could throw her in if she wants to play. Why is my competitive team I play with like much younger than me? Is that all I know how to talk to is the youngins? I feel kind of weird because like I'm the oldest one of the group, aren't I?
Youngins.
I mean, Dragon Quest taught me that, and a lot of other RPGs. I blame Chrono Trigger. I say blame, but I mean, I love Chrono Trigger at the same time. Oh, that's fine, you're not late. I just tried to do stuff and my computer didn't like me. No, okay, going back to my computer. It's the worst when my friend's streaming. I'm like, oh, I'll hop in for like a good half hour or something before I need to go to bed or something. And then on my friend's stream, it's like, loading. It's like, okay, I'll just sit here for a good second, let it load. And then it's like a minute passed, and I'm like, oh, cool, my friend's on this puzzle. I'll type in chat and solve it with them. And it's like, oh, cool, he's already passed the puzzle that he was stuck on. So, probably gonna call my internet provider and yell at them. I mean, my family too has been having issues with this internet for a long time now. So, let me clarify. I turn off my Switch, so like I know that doesn't affect wireless stuff because wireless can be connected to like a couple hundred things before it starts like having a problem, or theoretically it should. I turn off my Switch, I turn off my PS4 to watch a stream, and it still doesn't. Hell, Twitch doesn't load half the time. Well, not half the time, but it doesn't like fully load. I have to refresh it for it to fully load. And this is all via Ethernet. This is from a cable going to my basement, mind you, up to my room, that we had to feed through a vent. Because there's no feasible way I could use one. Like, we bought the largest Ethernet cable too, because me and my dad were like, oh, every computer's wireless. We don't have to buy an Ethernet cable. Surprise!
Surprise!
Gaming computers are like, being tied to the Ethernet from like 2000, or, God, was it early 2000s, like 2007 or so? 2007, that's the best way to not get lag. I'm like, I don't necessarily care about the lag. I just want to do stuff.
I just want game, please.
What happened? Everything burning some place in the game. Basically what happened, because you didn't stay for a long time yesterday, we got to the second half of the game. We are basically, if you played Final Fantasy VI, we are in the world of ruin. So, stuff happens, Great Evil is born, well, not born, but Great Evil came out, claimed the power of the Luminary for himself, turned Yggdrasil into a dead tree, it fell to the ground, and shit hit the fan. There. Basic summary. I love Final Fantasy VI. I need to actually finish that game one of these days. And yes, I know it's super bad. I've never finished Final Fantasy VI fully. I have got up to Kefka's Tower and stopped. I wish the game let you choose if you wanted to make peace or not. I wanted to leave the world as it is and try to like recreate life as it. Not recreate life, but like try to. God, what's that stupid game I'm trying to think of? Not Xenoblade, because like although I love the Xenoblade mechanic where you have to like rebuild Colony 9 or was it 8? I can't remember which colony it was. I like kind of like that situation, but more like God, what was that game like being hyped the hell up like 2 years ago? Like it's something on Mars, right? It's like survival on Mars, something stupid. I've never played it. I've seen ads for it all the goddamn time, like a year ago, so I'm just trying to remember what the hell the name was. It was the one where you're like leaving Earth and like trying to colonize other planets, but like not Mass Effect. I think it was Mars. It was something Mars. Survivors of Mars, I think.
There's a lot of games, but I'm not sure.
I know, that's the worst part. There's so many games that are like top-down perspective. It's kind of like Rune World, except not really, or whatever that one was where you're in space and you're trying to survive because you crashed your spaceship when it dumb. Rift World, isn't that what it is? That's not the game I'm thinking of, but that's the type of game I'm trying to think of.
Yeah.
I actually want to play Rift World. It looks interesting at the very least. I also want to play Gravekeeper. I'm sorry, Gravekeeper looks freaking amazing. That also looks like Stardew Valley and stuff like that, so that's probably why. So for those who are wondering, I'm just kind of screwing around at this point. Like, we could do the main objective, we could get our last party member, and I'm like, I could do that, or I could just run around and just kind of gather materials. You know, for being a decile wasteland, pretty vibrant with their materials I can still gather. I can still pick up weed. I can still pick up ore. I can still pick up water somehow. So, for those who have not played Final Fantasy VI, this is a huge reference to Final Fantasy VI in my opinion. Or just how I'm going to portray it. It's basically when you play as Celeste and you need to get fish for Cid. You know, her granddad. that dies, and you take his boat. It's in every freaking Final Fantasy game. It's in Big and Wedge, but Big and Wedge has a reason to be there. Star Wars, which I didn't think it was Star Wars. I thought it was Star Trek. After that, I don't know. I don't watch a lot of the Star stuff.
Star.
I saw Star Wars when I was like 13. Give me a break. Like Phantom Menace all the way up to New Hope and whatnot.
It's like Star Wars and Star Trek are two different things.
Yeah, I watched so limited of both though. That's the problem, because I grew up watching the Clone Wars, the animated series. And Star Trek is just like, all I know about that show is Klingons.
Now, are we talking about the 3D animated Clone Wars or the 2D animated?
Oh Jesus Christ, I forgot there's two of them. I grew up originally on the 3D one, and then the 2D one came out much later, like 2010 or so, right?
There you are. Where did you run off to, might
What?
I
I thought
ask?
that... No, which one was it where, like, you followed the clones more than the Jedis and stuff?
That was sort of both, actually.
Yeah, because that's the problem, because both of them were pretty much the exact damn same. And it's all that one generic black guy. I say as you're black.
Yeah. Yeah, but... yes, but no. It's just...
Gemma!
Sorry.
I'm sorry, Gemma actually looks kind of hot.
It's,
Like,
it's really you, isn't it?
that came out wrong.
I'm sorry.
She looks cute, and for a country setting, she would be like the hottest damn thing around.
You're
She looks
alive,
kinda hot.
and you've come back to us.
I have said that
I've been
about so many goddamn video game characters at this point.
Especially after
It's like no skin off my
heard
nose.
such awful things.
I really wish they didn't do like that teary eye in both eyes. I kind of wish it was just like I like the effect, but I mean like I wish it was more where the actual tear duct is and not where the corner of the eye is. Cause like, well, I mean, this game is super anime, so I can't really, yeah. Well, it's not super anime, it's not like Rune Factory with their crappy emote. God, I love that in Rune Factory though, where like, they can't show like the facial expressions, cause it was originally like a Super Famicom game, was it? What was Rune Factory? I wanna say Super Famicom.
I haven't played Rune Factory.
I know you haven't played it, but I'm pretty sure you know a little bit of the history. It's rather Super Famicom or like PS1 kind of situation. But the little emoticons they have for the characters in Rune Factory is actually really freaking cute because it's like they can't show the facial expressions. So what they did to get around that was put like that comic book speech bubble kind of thing, and then like anger would be like a very pissed off face. You can tell they're angry. A happy face is like, well, it's happy, whatever. Surprise would be like those sun marks. I don't know what the actual thing's called, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
I think so, yeah.
There's one to the left, one, and then it keeps going into like a sun formation, but it's like a half sun.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and like I know Dragon Quest got better over the years, but like I don't like when tears form on the side of the eyes. Like, I thought tears form, like, near your nose and stuff. Because that's where tear ducts are. Case in point, the name of the gland. It's not a gland, is it a gland? I don't know. But, like, I just don't like it when anime, especially anime does it. It's just like, I've seen some pretty realistic anime, oddly enough. But it's just like, they always do it on the side of the eyes where tears could form, but generally where it's not forming. Because I cried a lot as a kid, so I know where my tears came from. My tears came from like the nose area. Then again, I also punched a lot of kids, and I got punched back, so... I was a kid who stood up for the weak guy. I was a kid who was basically a knight, or a paladin, or take your pick.
Well,
Oh, Sandy, you're right, of course.
I didn't fight back, because I didn't know how to
This is
fight
the
back.
best news I could have hoped for. And here I am, blubbering like a baby.
Yeah, I stuck up for people, because it's just so disgraceful to see basically a group of vultures picking on one guy.
Welcome home.
And that's how I was bullied in school, and outside of school. I'll still do the same shit today, because I hate seeing that,
It's
in
not
all
quite
honesty.
the cobblestone we grew up in, is it? No.
Oh,
We've
my
been
internet!
through a lot.
My internet did a thing! It did the thing again! Thanks, internet! On my own freaking stream! Oh, and Discord. I'm gonna point this out every goddamn time it happens, too.
He rounded us all up in the center of the village and
Discord
then
and
ordered his men to
stream
kill us.
have my internet lagged out.
But we were lucky.
I'm going to
Not
call my
everyone is as
internet
cruel as
provider, have my
Jasper.
dad do it, because my
No.
dad is very
Another
lethal,
soldier came and
just like
told
I
them
am.
to stop. He said there
Oh,
was no
it still
need
says
to
I'm playing
take our
Splatoon.
lives.
That's not right. You're not playing Splatoon. You're playing... I put S as a Splatoon. Wow. Dragon... Ugh. Also, cool. Twitch didn't want to load pictures, apparently.
well,
Thanks, Twitch. Or internet, because it came up like trying to read the file thing, you know? We really need to yell at these damn providers. The worst part is my dad is like a super tech guy. Not a super tech guy, but he knows how to get around shit because he grew up in... Well, he did grow up in poverty, so it kind of makes sense.
But that didn't stop them burning the
Actually,
village
have I
to
told
the
my,
ground
have I
and
told my
locking
story?
us all up in
Have
the
I told the story
castle.
that both my parents grew up in poverty?
Still, that one good man made
Yeah,
sure
both my
we
parents grew up
came
in
to no
poverty.
harm.
Short form. But my dad, I guess Trinidad in general was like always kind of third world to begin with, so of course they would all live in poverty minus the rich white guys. Yeah. Fun fact, I'm tropical.
wow.
Well,
Sorry,
partially
Sandy,
tropical,
you're
I
right.
guess, I don't know.
He just got
Um,
home after a long journey.
Anywho,
He
so
doesn't
my
want
dad
to
had to get
know
around
what's
shit
going
all
on.
the time, right? So my dad came to Canada, does the same exact shit. He doesn't like certain things and how people run it, he does his own way.
Come on.
So basically,
Let's go
like,
and see the
I
one
don't think
person who'll be
anyone
even
super big
happier
would
to
watch
see you
this,
than me.
or like anytime relevant where it'll matter. So, my dad has this buddy who works at like internet people, like that works at providers and stuff, right?
Right.
Or has worked. I don't know if it's an ex-employee or whatever. And he's basically given us our own little tower to like make sure internet runs perfectly.
Yeah.
So, as I said, my dad knows how to get around shit. So basically, we are making a better interface for the internet than the people could actually provide for us. Isn't that a little funny considering my dad is a freaking master electrician? It's not that funny, but still. I guess it also goes into what his old job description was basically plugging shit in and making sure it works. Even though a master electrician has a lot more than just that.
Doesn't work, so we do.
No, you'd be surprised how many
Come
people
on, girls,
are
put your backs
stupid.
into it. The boys are out
Because
there
I've told the
doing
stories of me
things, so it's
working
up
at my
to
dad's
us to
shop
keep the
before,
whole
and
fires
I don't do
burning.
it anymore just because of social problems, and I didn't really hurt the sale records all that much. I just hurt a lot of customers' feelings because they were dumb. The worst part is I tackled the situation like my dad would, or my dad taught me to, and then he basically did a GameStop at me. He basically said I was in the wrong. I'm like, no, I examined everything. There was something wrong with this.
Sorry to
So,
interrupt,
I know my
Amber.
dad's home, and he knows I've yelled at him in the
News.
past for this. But it's just like, dear freaking God, I hate stuff like that, where you have to admit you're wrong. It's not even have to admit you're wrong, you have to lie and say you're wrong.
Hello, Gemma, love. What's got you so excited?
So at the end of the day, I didn't hurt sales records. It was just like more or less, this one guy tried to scam my dad, and my dad did the exact same bullshit, just different words. Because, okay, me working at not an electronical store, but an electrical supply store, so I deal with breakers, I deal with pipe, I deal with heavy metals and stuff. So, this guy came in with a box of freaking breakers. He claimed none of them were used. I was like, okay, I need to do a standard procedure. I need to check all of them, make sure that they all work and whatnot. So I did the standard procedure. And what happened? Guess what? A good 50 of them out of, I think, 150 or something. So a good 50 of them were burnt. They were used. They were barely able to like even run on like 1 kilowatt or something. Actually, not one. Is kilowatt the lowest form of power? I can't remember. So like, some of the shit barely works.
I just can't believe it's you.
And I'm just like, you know what?
After all the awful
I
things
can't
that happened,
make a deal because I'm also not the boss and I don't know how this works. So the guy gets pissy at me and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just call my dad, see when they come back, and he just basically bad customer service on just dealing with customers and how I would never want to work at like a front of the store.
So many people lost their lives.
I would much rather just go in the back, make sure inventory's there, make sure pipe is stocked properly. Like, I'll be in the back and not deal with the dumb idiots in front.
Even those of us who were lucky enough to survive.
Because I dealt with shipping people too, because like, that was my job. I was the garbage taker, I was basically the janitor to sum it all up. I took out the garbage, I made sure shipments came in, I made sure shipments went out, I made sure generally a lot of things were in order. So eventually, working 9 to 5 every day kind of just took its toll on me, and I was like, I don't want it.
No matter who they were.
It's not the fact I don't want it, it's just the fact that I mentally could not keep up.
He fought off the monsters, and
that was every day, including weekends. Actually, no, excluding weekends, because I was like, you know what, I work every day of the week, I'm just taking weekends off.
And now, thanks to him, the place you once knew.
And of course, when my dad took a holiday, we took a holiday because obviously we're not going in.
Humanity's safe haven in a world beset
but it was just
by darkness.
It was also so annoying because I asked for a raise, and my dad was like, "Okay, show me you actually work." I'm like, "Okay, sure. I did everything you asked. I didn't do anything extra because it's just like, if you do one thing extra and you put one thing out of place, my dad has like this." Not OCD, but he has like this, if you don't put it the way I need it to be put, or I like it to be put, I'm going to like lose it and I need to ask you where it is, and like I'm going to sound super pissed when I do it. So that's why I never did anything extra, but I did whatever the task was perfectly.
Look, I know he was the one who ordered the village to be burned.
And mind you, I'm pretty buff, so like I can lift a stack of 2-inch pipe pretty easily. When I say pretty easily, I mean it takes me about 5 minutes to prepare myself to actually lift it. Because a stack of 2-inch pipe isn't light, it's actually very heavy.
You should go and talk things through with the king. Your grandfather would have wanted you to at least try.
Actually, what is the standard manufacturer, like, weight of 2-inch pipe? I don't remember. I think I asked my dad that. I don't think I ever got a straight answer from him. That's another thing about my dad. Super evasive. You ask him a question, he'll take the long way of answering that question, and then avoid answering the question altogether. So, sounds like me. And I know where I got my jerkiness from, my jerky behavior from. From a man who takes no shit for an answer. I will draw an answer out of people if I must. Just as you draw breath, I will draw your life. I mean, it's kind of true for how I play video games. How I am in reality, yeah, I can tell you I'm super... I guess also I grew up in a super hostile like environment, so I wasn't really able to express myself until like super recently. And I do have a self-degrading like profile about me because, hey, super hostile environment, as I said. I say super hostile, but it's probably not that bad, but it's just like hostile environment regardless. Also, having mental problems, schooling, being silent, getting picked on, all that shit takes some tolls. Anywho, what were we going to originally talk about? I don't even remember. I went on my own tangent, so. Oh yeah, do you have Tetris 99?
I had it for a while. I just sort of dropped it.
I mean, I haven't played it since launch. I played it to the point where I've been like level 10 or something in it. And now I'm getting confused because I don't remember where the hell King Coradine is. Not Coradine. Heliodor? No, Heliodor is the kingdom. What the piss is the actual guy's name? Ooh, Jar. Legend of Zelda has taught me well. Break everything you can.
Break everything.
Oh yeah. Well, it's better to break something than you get braked. That's English. Cornelia, Clannad, that anime I refuse to watch.
Why do you refuse to watch it?
Just because I know like major spoiler stuff and I know how the general story goes. Basically, blah blah stuff happens. The virtual novel's better. Who freaking who? Chick gives birth, she dies. Woohoo! It's like K-On! It's like if you generally know what happens in K-On!, I can't recommend it. Except K-On!'s one sick-ass anime. If you just like kind of high school grade humor. Which, I mean, I do. Ah, that stupid door always puts me through a stump. Well, like, we all have our guilty pleasures, like, for anime and stuff. I like more cartoonish, like, American humor kind of stuff. Not like anime American humor where it's like, oh, Americans are all rather really fat, or basically how the Nazis saw Jews. Yep, not do that statement.
Well,
But I mean more like K-On! Did it well, where K-On! Kind of did have American humor here and there.
yeah.
But it was still, like, easy enough to understand for, like, a teenager. Because that's how old I was watching it. Actually, K-On! Came out, what, 2004 or so? I never remember it was slightly after Shaman King. And probably after Shuffle in that regards, because Shuffle came out 2002?
I'm not sure.
I watched Shuffle on the PlayStation, so... I'm sorry. I've also watched my good old friend Dano on Dano on Discord and whatnot. I've seen Dano, I've seen his Let's Play of it, and I'm sorry, freaking Shuffle. There's a lot of the do in that virtual novel, just like every other virtual novel at this point.
All of them.
Like I even watched oh god, what was that resort virtual novel? Like, where the girl was super rich or something, and she was engaged to someone, but over a summer job, she finds out the guy she had a one-night stand with was more attractive or something. I have very vague memories of that in a virtual novel, by the way.
Wait a second.
No, what I said was right, because I remember the plot of it for the most part. It starts off with you having a one-night stand. and then she like gets attached to you or something and swims by your house every so often. And then it's like, oh, cool, I'm like this dude that's really broke right now. And it's like, oh, why didn't we get a job? And it's like, well, aren't you engaged to someone? It's like, yeah, I lost a ring in the river, so you helped me find it. So I mean, I owe you this much of getting a job. So that's pretty much how it starts.
Aye.
And then the resort itself. Oh boy, that resort would actually be an alright place to go. I would actually go there in real life. Not because I like resorts, not because I like the tropics. I actually don't like the tropics that much. But it just looked like it was a resort where, like, someone who doesn't know what to do with himself could actually get along. Because it's, like, activities! And it's like, if you want to exercise, come to, like, beach number 1 at, like, noon or something. But, okay, cool. Because every resort I've ever been to, and I kid you not, and I'm sorry to say this, because I really don't know what to do with myself when I'm, like, on vacation. I'm usually, like, in the hotel room or something, like, eating, because I'm usually being a fat, indulgent pig. Which, I mean, I like eating, so, I mean, not really a problem being fat and stuff, even though I'm not fat. So, yeah, I've always just kind of, like, never knew what to do with myself. Like, especially when it comes to, like, boating and stuff. I go boating with my friends every so often. And it's just, like, I don't know what to do. So, like, I think a resort like that would actually kind of help me, just to kind of go like, oh, I have something to do now. It's like... Sorry, what?
So, you are alive and well.
Oh, God. So, I was gonna say, like... Yeah, I mean, like, having a scheduled activity where it's like, oh, a chess tournament and not a drink-off. That would help.
My senses at last.
Because, once again, every resort I've ever been to, it's like, oh, we're having a drink-off. I'm like, where's, like, the old man corner? I'd like to go play chess now.
Though in truth,
Chess are like checkers.
of what I did.
This is coming from a non-drinker.
Pain on so many.
Sorry, what?
On you.
Is there a game room? Please, I just want to play.
Dude,
I do not ask for
darts?
forgiveness.
I would be so down for darts.
I do
Anything,
not
like,
deserve
the
it.
problem is, people think me as a gamer, I
All
like
I
only
ask
video
is
games.
that I be
Not
allowed
true.
to atone.
I like board games. I
To pay
like,
for my
like
crimes
sports.
by
Well, not really
protecting
sports
those who
games.
remain.
Like, I'm horrible at basketball, so I'm like never in the mood to play basketball. I'm okay with football if I'm like playing goalie / defense or midfield, because midfield could do whatever piss they want. But like,
Do you recall what
I
happened
just
on
want
that
like a
fateful
day
the
where
events that
it's
came
kind of
to
that.
pass beneath Yggdrasil's branches?
Well, it's kind of just a game day,
I see.
and there's like a whole bunch of games.
I
You just
recall-
go play games.
That'd be awesome. That would actually be awesome. It's like, oh,
All
darts.
I know is that
I'm down for darts.
whomever
To be fair, darts is really
or
fun.
whatever had me in its grasp for all those years.
Like, the worst part is, if you took me to a bar, I don't drink much. I would drink, like, maybe a bit of alcohol, but, like, I'm mostly gonna be at, like, a dart table or... Dart table? God, that'd be impressive if there's a dart table. But I'd be, like, at the darts, just kind of, like, tossing darts.
Throw it up
And
into
when
the
at
air
long
and
last
just
I
go,
returned to my senses,
Like that Super Mario Party minigame.
I was here.
Yes.
I love that minigame. It's such a dick minigame, though, if you know how to corner the one person.
There is something else I
Have you
must
played
ask
Super Mario Party, or do you know about that?
Tell me,
I haven't played.
Do you
Mario
know
Party, but
if my
I
daughter
plan
is
on getting
alive?
it because it is like the old Mario Party games that I love.
Oh yeah, Mario Party 2, Mario Party 3, and Mario Party 7 is like the ones I played extensively.
Yes. I played Mario Party 8.
8 was alright.
Your Majesty,
Yeah, it was alright.
I liked 8.
And then, of course, they had
the
9,
hero has
10,
returned. He brings
and
more
that
survivors
changed
seeking
the formula, and
sanctuary.
I was like,
Okay, it wasn't the formula changing up that like actively pissed me off. What actively pissed me off was how smart the AI is. Like, even playing on easy, they screwed me in the board so many times.
Come. You must meet he to whom we
It's like,
owe
oh,
our
you need to
survival.
roll a 1 to get
Though
the
you
negative
may not
stars.
wish
I'm like,
to
oh,
learn
cool,
first.
thank God I'm going next. Oh, it's a shuffle time. Shoot! Guess who always got shuffled in the first place?
What a shame.
No, the worst part is that's what actively made me hate Mario Party 9. I actually was meh on the idea of the car system. Because I'm like, okay, there's gotta be some like other shenanigans I can get into. Those shuffle spaces. So it wasn't the car that pissed me off, it was how smart the AI was. Also, I completely did not pay attention to what the King Cornelius said. I think he just said, go outside. Because I'm talking to you, I'm having a blast talking about Mario Party, so it's just like, oh, cool, I need to remember what to do now. But yeah, no, Mario Party... I would say Mario Party 9 and 10 were alright. And Mario Party 10 was just complete bullshit with Bowser mode.
Luminary lives.
I say as someone who's played Bowser, and also who hasn't played Bowser. But 10 had its moments. 10 was decent-ish.
Welcome back, Hendrik. Well, what news?
It was a lot better than... the unlockable system in Mario Party 10 was better than Mario Party 6, I want to say?
The forces of darkness amass.
Which one had the Pagoda Peak or whatever in that one?
Soon.
I want to say it's Mario Party 6.
I think it was Mario Party 6.
Is that the one you're on the cruise? Because if that's the one I'm thinking of, then yeah, Mario Party 6.
Man,
because if you ever unlocked 100% in Mario Party 6, you have way too much time in your hands. I would say it as I unlocked it with a friend of mine, doing 2-player co-op. We unlocked the secret board, we unlocked all the figurines, we unlocked all the mic minigames, we unlocked all the minigames. That took like a month to do or something. It was crazy.
He has fought harder than any of us.
I guess Mario Party 3 also had a really weird unlockable system, but Mario Party 3 was just do the story mode, and thank God my friends and I are reasonable and we kind of just swapped off the controller. I am fine, how about you?
It is time that your differences were set aside, Luminary.
I mean, I wish I could say that about Mario Party 8.
Mankind needs you.
I wish I could say that. I wish I could say that about Mario Party 8, but I did Mario Party 8 all solo.
Will you stand beside him?
Minus the couple times I got to play with my family. The worst part is I got it on release date, which was Christmas 2000.
Join the troops outside the fortress when you are ready.
Was it 2000? Was it 2010?
It was Christmas 2000 and... oh no.
Well, I don't remember, because like, I remember doing Mario Party, not Mario Party 9. I remember doing Mario Party 8 all in one sitting. I remember unlocking everything in that one night. Because me and my family were going to Dominican, I think. Yeah, we're going to Dominican for just relaxation and vacation stuff. So I'm like, okay, I need to like just beat this game tonight. Because it's a Mario Party, I know it's going to be short. So, what happened was, I did it all in one night. I played...
What had happened was...
yeah, no, Mario Party 8 was alright. It wasn't really... like, did people crap on Mario Party 8? I don't remember if people crapped on it, because I didn't read that many reviews of it.
Mario Party 8?
I think Mario Party 8 like, was received somewhat decently.
I think so too.
So, yeah, like, Mario Party 8 was fun. Not gonna lie, I had fun with Mario Party 8. And the only reason I owned Mario Party 9 was because me and... oh, Jesus, this is a YouTuber no one's gonna know about, and I know about him because I knew about him because we did some co-op stuff together. Because he's Canadian. Yay. Lightning Chris. The only reason I have Mario Party 9 is because he left it at my house when we were doing recordings, and I contacted him like years later. I'm like, yo, you know I have Mario Party 9 still, right? He's like, yeah, sure. So the only reason I have Mario Party 9 is because my friend forgot his copy.
They say you made it all the way to the last bastion.
And Mario Party 10 I bought the pre-order for, and that wasn't disappointing. Like, it was still Mario Party, like, don't get me wrong, but it was just like... I thought it was a little too short in the sense of just the boards in general.
Well, Either way,
Minigames were dope.
I'm sure we can find a use for
I say
you.
dope, but
Follow
like...
me.
No, they kind of blew me out of the water in Mario Party 10, I want to say. I'm trying to remember some of the minigames in Mario Party 10. Because I'm trying to remember minigames from Mario Party 10, and all I'm getting is flashbacks from Mario Party 2. Mario Party 8 was the one that had the air spray one where you have to draw the outline.
Just face that way, and when the monsters come, stick the pointy end of your sword in
Yeah.
them. Oh, don't look so worried.
What did Mario Party 10
fine.
have besides the Bowser minigames? All I remember is the Bowser minigames. Mario Party 9 had the Pachinko thing. You know what? Screw it. I probably didn't like Mario Party 10 at this point if I can't remember jack all of it.
Enemy forces! Here they come!
But yeah, like Mario Party is always been Mario Party. It's like they changed the formula for a bit, but I didn't mind it, I guess. But yeah, Mario Party or Super Mario Party is pretty amazing. So bullshit though, but pretty amazing. The only reason I call it bullcrap is because I have played. This wasn't on stream. This is when I was playing with my sister and my nephew. Or was it both my sisters and my nephew? No, it could be both my sisters. My middle sister, not my middle sister. I can't be. No, I'm gonna screw. I have the middle brother, even though I'm the older brother, and she's the middle sister. So my middle sister had a baby or whatever, so she couldn't play. So it was me, my nephew, my sister. So we all played Mario Party. I remember this one board. I got like 10 stars at it. And we did like a 10-turn match in Super Mario Party. So, I'm calling a little bullcrap on that. Also, to get the ending in Mario Party, doing it solo? Bullcrap. Because most of you don't know Mario Party or Super Mario Party all that well, there's a rafting minigame. Guess who has to do that solo? With dumb AI. The worst part is, when it comes to AI, it runs fine. Like, sorry, when it comes to minigames, it runs fine. I had no problem with the minigames. What I had a problem with was getting the minigames to get the bonus time so I don't fail. I can't tell you how many times I was like, oh, I'm gonna get the end, no problem. And then not a minigame showed up, but it's like, oh, we skipped the minigame balloon. Uh-oh, we didn't need that one, did we? And then the next one comes up, we skipped that one. And then the AI doesn't know which way to turn, because you have to go down all the, is it 7 or 8 paths? I think it's 8 paths. God damn it, Octopath. So, there's 8 paths. So I'm like, alright, we'll go to the far one. And so the AI is like, no, we're going down the second to the left. I'm like, sure, whatever.
Okay, alright, sure.
And mind you, that's on normal. I don't know if it's any easier to control on hard or whatever, but I played that on normal.
Behind you!
But when it came to the minigames, I can count you how many times in that black room minigame, because there's one where you're supposed to light all the lights and not get caught by the... Oh god, I'm gonna use their Mario Party... Not Mario, I'm gonna use their Paper Mario term because I don't know what they're actually called. The swoopers? Yeah, I think they're called the swoopers. The bat-like things in Mario.
Oh yeah, super.
Yeah. Yeah, so don't get touched by a swooper. I have messed up that game so many times, and the AI does it flawlessly. So you're in a pitch dark room, you have no idea where you're going, and a lightning bolt comes down and shows you for a split second where the swoopers are. Mario Party has remained adventure since 99? That's 98. Or, no. Anyway. I mean, thank God you played the original, because I would have burned a hole in my hand very easily as a 4-year-old. Because I played Mario Party 2 a lot. And
That's it.
let me say it right now, Mario Party 2's minigame coaster, doing it as a full-grown adult. This is what me and my sister because me and my older sister, the one that has my nephew, we loved Mario Party 2. So I'm like, okay, I have it on Virtual Console. How about we play on Virtual Console, but we do the minigame coaster and unlock everything? So she's like 36 or something now, right? So I was roughly 20, so there's a 15-year gap. So she was 35, so she can't be 36 now. You know what I mean? So as a 20-year-old adult and a 35-year-old adult, we put our brains together and we still lost a bunch of mini games. Especially the, oh my god, what is it called in Mario Party 2? Count Them Up or something? Not Count Them Up. It's the one where there's a crap ton of boos or bombs or toads, and you're not supposed to count the mushrooms or the rocks or the explosive barrels. That's not Chance Time. Chance Time is it's a roulette. Because Bumper Balls we did fine. Bumper Balls we didn't fail at all. The cake minigame we failed once. That's just because the AI was doing dumb crap and we couldn't avoid it. I don't remember what it's called. I hate that minigame ever since I was a kid. Just because like you would have to get right up close to TV and like put your finger and count them physically, which we did.
All the AIs over here just like
no, the worst part is the AI every time got it wrong. Hard AI is supposed to get it close or spot on. That AI in the minigame coaster straight up lies. It's not even close half the time. It'll come back to me eventually. So Bumper Balls we did fine, Cake Factory we did fine. There was another minigame that we got super stuck at because we didn't know how the mechanics worked. Oh god, it's the dance-off one. It's the battle minigame, but I can't remember what it's called. Spotlight? No, Spotlight. When I say Spotlight, I think of, I feel so dumb for not remembering this one. The face-off one, where it's like, don't point the way that the first person is pointing, or you lose. It's like Simon, but it's reverse Simon, where you point in any other direction. Oh my god, I want to look up a list of Mario Party 2 minigames, because I'll know it by the name. As soon as I see the name, I'll be like, boom, that's it.
It's not the one where it was like all everyone's lined up and the Shy Guy, and then like as soon as you mess up, you die.
No, that's Shy Guy Says. I remember Shy Guy Says because that was my childhood thing. But that's Mario Party 1. Mario Party 2, you're up in the sky. On balloons. You know what I really liked in Mario Party 2? And everyone hates this one. I love this one. I have always loved Hot Rope Jump. Hot Rope Jump. Yep.
Hot Rope. Oh, yeah.
That's a good ass minigame. Ooh, critical. Hexagon Heat was also another fantastic one just to play for, because me and my sister were roughly, as like me as a child, we were roughly on the same playing level. So what happened was, every time we played Hexagon Heat, it got stupid fast where we had to rely on chance effectively that we delivered nothing. Hexagon Heat's such a fun game if you know how to do it properly. And you watch the Runaway Guys, right? Uh-oh. Discord? Yeah, because I think you and I were talking about the Runaway Guys at one point. You said you watched it, right? Do you remember the Mario Party 2 Let's Play they did? Okay, so the minigame was... Okay, I'm gonna use the John reference, because John was the one who said it the best. Freaking... Oh, Jesus, what was it? You bounce off me. Wario was humping the sky. I don't even know what happened to Tim. It was that minigame. That's Tetsukai Heat, for sure. Oh no, there's so many minigames in Mario Party 2. Again, Mario Party 2 is probably like the best Mario Party game for the N64. Especially Bowser Land. Oh my god, walking as a kid was freaking awesome to see. You know, as a 4-year-old kid. Oh, Discord? Trying to fix stuff. It'll work. Probably scared the bejesus out of you, but it worked. Anywho, yeah, Mario Kart 2 was like the best one out of the N64 ones. I didn't like 3 all that much.
Victory is ours.
You didn't like 3?
Not a lot. I mean, that's all the back in the day where, like, I went to arcades, like, for birthday parties, and everyone would be off playing, like, the Jungle Gym. I would be playing Turtles in Time. Turtles in Time or Gauntlet. I want to buy a Gauntlet machine so bad.
Commander, a message from His Majesty.
Because, A, I've never actually beat a Gauntlet game. Minus the PS4 one, but that one's a piece of crap.
That was terrible.
Well, it's terrible because, listen to reason. Listen to reason on this one. There was no level up system. There was no fun environments. And it was more or less, hey, go down this bottomless pit of hell to get basically 6 stones of pointless bullcrap that you never see throughout the game. The other Gauntlet, or at least the one for the arcade, the one I remember playing a lot, you went to like a haunted amusement park, you went to a castle, you went to Jesus Christ, I can't remember where you went to. You went to a spooky graveyard. You went to a lot of other areas. And one of them was like a grassy meadow or something. I can't remember too well. So I don't know which arcade that was, but for those who played Gauntlet from like the start of Gauntlet to the end of Gauntlet, someone could tell me which one that is. I think that's more in line with the N64 Gauntlet. Oh, and also, the arcade Gauntlet had goddamn levels! You didn't have to buy your damn equipment! I may be bitter about that. Just how many hours I put into Gauntlet on the PS4. Just to buy all this stupid equipment.
I can tell just based off of that.
Okay, I think my bed's done for the most part. Unless someone brings up some other thing that I haven't thought about. I want to play the N64 one too. I had a working N64. If anything, I also just go buy another one because those things are like a dime a dozen. People can still make them.
You have proven your
the best part is people still make N64s because those things sell still.
The fiend that usurped my throne must be
The games
ousted.
on it were really
Heliodor
good.
Castle
I can
must
understand
be
why.
reclaimed.
Mario.
And you,
Mario
my
64,
loyal
Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie. What other games I have? Pokemon Stadium 1, Pokemon
I
Snap.
do not give these orders lightly, Hendrik. My spies
I
have
can't
found
remember what else I had on the
means that we
N64.
might
Crap.
gain an advantage.
Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask.
The
all
city
as like a
seers can
5 to
enter
6 year
the
old.
cliffs in the side of the hill atop which Heliodor stands.
And fun fact about me as a
You
5 or
will
6
use
year
these
old,
sewers to
I had
infiltrate castle
the
from
strategy
beneath.
guide for Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. But as a dumb 5 or 6 year old, I broke them. So I mean, I had them, but I broke them because I was a dumb 5 or 6 year old. So anywho, I mean, I also beat Ocarina of Time as like a 8-year-old, so I'm actually kind of impressed by that. Paper Mario! Oh my god, I was just saying that Paper Mario was like one of my favorite like I guess, kid-friendly RPGs in a way.
But sire,
I don't know. Would you call Paper Mario
command
kid-friendly?
our forces in my absence.
Because some of the puzzles are pretty ridiculous for a kid's game.
If the enemy renews the attack,
I mean, I
we will
would.
be
It's
slaughtered.
just that it's sort of like caused a lot of kids to like think a lot.
Well,
We will
yeah, it
not.
also made me think extra
We
hard
will
because I had
be
dyslexia.
Prepared to draw
You know,
them
when they
out,
say, go
leaving the
invisible,
castle unguarded.
guess what I had to do? I had to play around with all the damn partners to find what to do. It was only by happen chance I learned about the toy box.
The usurper must be overthrown while we have the
So,
chance.
being a dumb
We
kid who couldn't
strike now.
read, yeah, impressed I beat
Never
that
see
game
the
as
light
a
of
10-year-old,
day.
I think.
Please, your majesty, we cannot allow
And then, of
yet
course,
more
the
lives
only
to
reason I
be
could beat it
lost.
now is because I have pretty much everything down in muscle memory from how many times I played that game.
Precisely. Which
Just
is
like
why
a-
you must quell
Just like
the
Ocarina of
darkness
Time,
at its
I kid you
source.
not, I went back and watched my 3-heart challenge of Ocarina of Time. I didn't get hit once.
Why
We
is it
seize our
no?
one opportunity.
No, it's not.
Or we consign
Oh,
ourselves to
you're
despair.
playing Smash, okay.
It is a
No, but I find that
simple
really
act
impressive
of
because I did that like, what, 2 or 3 years ago now. I never got hit in Ocarina of Time once. I never lost a heart, I think. And like for a 3-heart challenge, that's pretty freaking awesome.
The wisdom of your king.
I couldn't do it again because like it's been
subjects have
far too
shown me the
long.
depth
But
of
like
their
I was really
courage.
impressed that I never got hit in that entire run.
I trust in their ability to endure
Majora's Mask,
this
I
one
didn't
last
play Majora's
assault.
Mask until YouTube came around effectively, and I didn't learn about YouTube until I was like 13. So wow, I beat Majora's Mask as a 13-year-old kid. Wait, no, 13? Uh-oh. Memory lapse. Uh-oh. Oh,
You are our
crap.
last hope.
When the crap do you start high school? Because I did it like 3 years before you start high school. You start high school at 16, I think? So yeah, I would have been 13, so okay.
Unless you are like a prodigy.
I was a retard. There, you want the actual answer? There's your actual answer. I was as dumb as a brick. I was pretty much as dumb as they come.
Well,
Well, I mean, I never picked up a second language because I mentally couldn't. I was behind in most every subject by a couple years. And, I think that was mostly it. Like, not to degrade myself, like, I've learned and I still grow, like everyone else does. So, like, I'm not belittling myself or anything. I'm just saying, like, yeah, I was pretty much as dumb as I can. So, yeah, no, if anything, I should have been held back, but because I was a June baby, they couldn't hold me back. Which is so dumb, because, like, if someone's not mentally able to go to, like, the next stage of a grade, they should be held back, or at least... Well, I mean, there's programs for that now, where, like, a kid who has mental challenges, they'll be taken out of the room and, like, put in a separate room so they can have, like, a special ed kind of class where it's like, okay, cool, you don't understand this the way they're teaching it, so we'll teach you another way. I mean, that was kind of a thing of me growing up, but it wasn't really influenced all that well because... Let's just say it was a very bad social experience if you had to go do that.
a very bad social experience.
Basically how everyone saw it back in my day was, oh, he has to be taken out of the class because he's so dumb, and etc., etc. So, like, you know, as we're in recess or something, because I'm thinking back, like, grade 4, grade 3. So, we were never held in for, like, recess and stuff. We had our recess and whatnot. But it was, like, you'd have your everyday programs and stuff, like you do in school. And then, like, I think how it was for me, during, like, noon or so, we were taken out for, like, speech therapy and, like, reading and computer learning.
Right.
So obviously, me being partially dyslexic, I couldn't read that well,
Wait,
or at all back then. So before I was going to say anything, no, I actually couldn't read. I didn't really find out how to read until I was in grade.
I won't be long, I promise.
Oh Jesus! It's not that I couldn't read. I could read mentally fine. I just couldn't read verbally. So I didn't really learn how to read verbally until I was in grade 6 or so.
As long as it is quick.
So mentally, I could get the gist of a story. Mentally, I could get, like, anything you get from a story, I could get the exact same information from. If not, probably better from you. Not to say I'm better, but, like, you know what I mean. So mentally, I didn't have a problem reading, it was just verbally I had a problem reading. And that's where my parents and my teachers found out that I had a speech impediment. So I need to be taken out of the reading class to be put in another class to learn how to speak.
And don't you dare go giving up, ever.
So at the end of the day, yeah, it was a very bad social experience because every other kid that was in that class, which was a very small group, it was like 3 kids. I think it was me, my best friend at the time, who's a spineless coward who I barely talked to recently because the guy's a giant fricker. Yeah, now I'm going on for that. My best friend at the time, and then just some random chick I hardly ever talked to, or hardly knew exist to begin with. So, out of 3 kids, it came down to 2 kids, and then I had to go for speech therapy.
Just look at me, eh? Something's wrong with my eyes now, too.
So, I mean, yeah, so the kids that were in the basic classes got to make fun of them. And then the kids that I went with that had the same problem I had to be taken away from, so they made fun of me, so I had 2 kind of people making fun of me.
Well, only one remedy for that. You'll just have to bring
so
back
sorry to go on my
gold.
own, like, stupid, like, bring up the past situation, but, I mean, I guess the topic kind of came up, so I just said it.
I mean, it's fine.
Well, like, the problem is, people say, like, don't bring stuff up like that,
We
because
must be on our
it's
way.
so degrading to you. It's like, I mean, it's not the worst thing that's happened to my life. I've had far worse than
You'll
just
look after
school
my
problems.
boy, won't you, Sir Hendrik?
So, anyway, going back to video
See
games.
the lady back to safety.
Nice game.
I don't know what the shit to talk about in all honesty. But I would say Paper Mario is kind of kid-friendly. If the kid knows how to read. I can also say, what else would be kind of kid-friendly from back in like N64 days? Ocarina of Time, I guess, because I played as a kid. I played as a kid and beat it, no less, as a kid. Then again, the best memory I've had at Ocarina of Time, like as a kid, is probably looking at the Death Hand and like laughing because how silly it looked. Not realizing it's a dead hand. It wasn't until I got older I realized the dead hand's what it is. And I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of disturbing.
You know, just a little bit.
Alright, we've been down every well before. Redeaths never scared me as a kid. What else didn't really scare me as a kid that people found scary? Redeaths definitely didn't scare me. Gibdos didn't scare me because I saw those all the damn time in Majora's Mask.
Sorry.
What happened?
I forgot that as a general, like, his throws are also amplified by revenge. So, like...
So, Lucario, basically.
Sort of, yeah.
I would say Lucario is like the only character I can think of that does more damage the more he's dealt. Anywho, I guess Paper Mario and Pokemon are like good, like kid friendly or just like RPG friendly kind of stuff. Until you witness the competitive community of Pokemon and then you question life. Oh, let's see. Wait, how do we go back to Heliodor? Oh, I'm dumb. So, going over to Pokemon, I played Pokemon as a 5-year-old. Guess you didn't know how to catch Pokemon because you didn't read. Which is funny because Chuck Conroy has the exact same problem. He didn't have the exact same problem. But you know how people like never learned how to play Banjo-Kazooie and stuff?
Yeah.
I literally skipped the tutorials every time I could, and I got through Banjo-Kazooie up to as a kid, as far as I've ever got as a 5-year-old to 7-year-old, I think I was. The farthest I ever got was Mad Monster Mansion. That's pretty damn impressive. I was you played Banjo-Tooie or Kazooie, right?
Sadly not.
God, it's Mumbo's Mountain, Pirate or Treasure Trove, Clanker's Sewer or whatever that level's called. I can't remember right now. Clanker's Cavern. There we go. The swamp level, which is Boggy Loop or whatever, Boggy Loop Swamp. The desert area, which is Gobi's Valley, and then Mad Monster Mansion. So, I mean, that's alright out of what was Banjo-Kazooie, a 9-stage game, because after that, Mad Monster Mansion, Rusty Bucket Bay, and Click Clock Wood? No, it's 8 then, not 9. So, I mean, I got pretty damn far now, I think about it. And then Banjo-Tooie, I got up to... I think I got stuck where most kids got stuck. I got stuck at, not Witchy World. What's the other thing that Gruntilda has under her name? The power plant area. I know it's in the Quagmire, because I don't even know what the hell that means. I haven't looked it up.
The assault begins.
Because like the only thing that came to mind was obviously Family Guy, but like I know Quagmire is like an actual land format kind of thing, but I don't know what the hell it is. I would assume swamp or pollution. Given the location of Grunchy's Industry, there we go. So yeah, I never got past Grunchy's Industry, sadly.
Sadly.
I mean, it's pretty tough at that point, because if you don't know how to take the corners of the area to go into Grunchy's Industry, you're kind of SLO. So going back to Pokemon, there was one time I actually beat Pokemon with nothing but a Blastoise, believe it or not.
Nothing but a Blastoise.
That was my starter, yeah. I beat the entire Pokemon Gen 1 with Blastoise. As a 12-year-old, I think.
What were you doing?
I didn't know how to catch Pokemon.
Were you just, like, running through?
No, I grinded like Blastoise all the way up to level 100 at like Lieutenant Surge area. That was the only way you could get past Lieutenant Surge if you didn't catch any of our Pokemon.
Well,
I say I beat it, but realistically, I think I probably got it to... I probably got out to Giovanni and stopped. That's probably what realistically happened. But I mean, Blastoise can learn Cut. Blastoise can learn Cut. Blastoise can learn Flash. Blastoise can learn all the HMs for the most part.
Blastoise, the jack of all trades.
I mean, he's defense and he's got the tech. So... Anywho, yeah, I was dumb and didn't read. I think I did the same thing with Gen 2. I think I beat the entire game of beat the entire game of Feraligatr. But this time, like, that was when I was much older. I definitely learned how to catch Pokemon at that point. So I think I actually, yeah, I think I beat the entire game of Feraligatr. I think the only time I ever had to grind in that was right before Goldenrod because of Windy?
What you said?
I mean, yesterday I made that joke of if mermaids are part fish, do they smell like fish? That was yesterday on stream. I said that out loud. How dare you for not saying something stupid like that?
How dare you make an innocent joke?
Oh, but innocent! That's clearly innocent! I totally wasn't making the comment of, yeah.
Victory is ours.
How dare you imply that I'm innocent, good sir? How dare you?
What are you talking about? Don't be innocent. There's no problem with you.
Anywho. Yeah, I think about the games I actively used only the starter Pokemon in. I think I stopped that trend around Gen 4, so I did Gen 3 with Mudkip. But in return, Mudkip is one overpowered mofo in that game. Actually, yeah, Mudkip is really broken in that game because he has watering ground, is it? And how many grass types or grass moves are in Gen 3? Not that many, if I remember.
We need more grass types.
No, you don't. After Gen 4, no, you don't.
We demand more grass types.
You got Leafeon. That stupid bugger who I actively didn't want to exist. Same with Glaceon.
We demand more bug types. We need a bug type.
Don't even get me effing started on bug types right now. Oh my god. No, the worst. Isn't there a bug legendary in Gen 5? Oh no, I'm thinking about the one that Alder has. It's the one that's like a fire bug type.
I forgot.
It looks like a Venomoth, basically.
Well, the one that's the wild, like the big old black and green one. That's the bug type. Well, I had it, but
I didn't play Gen. I never played Gen 6. I don't know.
I'll look it up real quick.
I know Gen 5. There's definitely like a Pokemon that levels up super late, but it's like. Actually, to be fair, it's like every other dragon type if it was a dragon type. But no, it was a bug fire. I remember that.
No, it was a dragon ground.
In Gen 5?
Oh no, during Gen 6.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, like, the one Alder had in Gen 5, like, that was a fire bug, wasn't it? But yeah, no. Let me say it right now. Is Beedrill meant to be completely crap? Because you know my goal. You know my goal of raising all 151 Pokemon to level 100, right?
Yeah.
And mind you, that's in preparation to do the Master Trainers. I would not do this if I wasn't doing the Master Trainer shit. So I looked at Beedrill's stats, and Beedrill at level 69, I think my Beedrill is currently. Beedrill's stats are shit. Like, Butterfree has better stats. Freaking Butterfree.
Don't worry about it.
And people wonder why I hate bug types, because they're worthless.
Yeah, it's cool.
Shout out to every bug trainer.
Shout outs to everybody.
Shout out to Pro Jared for having the balls to raise a bug type. Like, I mean, I raise a bug type in every Pokemon game. I raised at least one. And the only one that was decent that I have raised from level 5 or something, because I caught it in the wild, obviously, was the freaking Cicada one in Gen 3. Elamize and whatever the other Ize is, worthless. The one that evolves into Ninjax and the other one that you can only hurt with fly and fire. So anyways, F every bug type. No, because I used the super early bug type in Gen 4.
Victory is ours.
That actually did serve me pretty well. Which is the one in Gen 4? Is the one that kind of does like the gravity ghost in Luigi's Mansion. I'm gonna look it up. It's gonna bug me if I don't look it up. Should I just open the Pokedex? No, Pokedex is gonna be way too big at this point. Pokemon Bug type Gen. To Google.
To Google we go.
I'm gonna share screen this because it's not giving. Oh, Kick-Trot? Share screen. Dyslexia at its finest. Just put it in your screen for a second. This little bugger. Use this thing.
I don't think that's the legendary.
No, not legendary, but like I said, I raised at least one bug type in every gen. This was the bug type in Gen 4 that I used. This effing thing! Ugh!
Oh! My thing.
The nightmares of this goddamn thing in Gen 4!
Was that me or was that...
Me blasting your ears out?
Oh no, it was someone left in the game.
Oh, okay. Stop scratching. And then close this and open kitchen. Sorry, I looked at a picture of the duck Pokemon because I don't remember the name of it. Well, the legendary roaming Pokemon in Gen 4. That looks like a goddamn duck to me. I caught every legendary in Gen 4. I hate roaming legendaries in Gen 4. So much, I may actually write a vlog about how much I hate roaming legendaries.
Well, hey, look, the legendary's here. Or no, you'll run into the legendary and it's like, oh, and then you're trying to catch it, it's like, no lie.
Yeah, freaking Entei, Suicune. Actually, no, not Entei, Suicune, because... Sorry, it's Entei... I'm thinking Gen 2. I'm like thinking the original Gen 2, not the remastered Gen 2.
You must encounter me 12 more times before you can actually catch me.
What was it?
But I move areas, so...
I don't remember Gen 2 all that well, so I'm trying to remember, like, was it just Suicune who ran away from you, or did all three of them run away from you? I want to say all three of them run away from you. So, yeah, Gen 2 wasn't bad, because at least Gen 2 had the broke mechanic of, hey, use a Great Ball, and like, there was a some mechanic, because I played Gen 2 way later in my life, because I owned a physical copy of it, but I got a bootleg copy of it, so it didn't save correctly. So, playing on an emulator where I could actually save and beat the game for the first time ever, which I did when I was like 14 or something.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I used save states, but I only used it if I knew I was going to go away from like my computer for like a good 4.5 hours or something. So I didn't use it to like save scum. So what ended up happening was I played the game completely legit, and I found out Great Balls had a more success rate than Ultra Balls in that game. So I said to hell with all my Ultra Balls, sold their asses, and caught every legendary in that game with a bloody Great Ball. Anywho, going back to that. I don't care what people say about the Pokemon games. I'm actually down for Pokemon like Gen 1 to Gen 5 being remastered for the Switch. And let's not lie, the only reason I want
to be in the same game.
I just want Gen 5 again because I never played Gen 5, and also N. N is a bumpkin. I would hug him.
I would hug it.
I mean, N's pretty... Like, all things considered, after all the bullcrap Gex has put him through, N's pretty freaking chill. Because, like, as I said, like, I know I was talking to you about Gen 5 and, like, N and stuff and Gexus. Like, I'm sorry, I just feel so bad for N because Gexus at the end of Gen 5 for the first one, he's like, I raised you, I bred you to be the perfect, like, king or whatever, you're worthless to me now. It's like, that's still your son. Although adopted, that's still your son. So, anywho, yeah, I mean, I would hug N, even though he's creepy and talks to Pokemon.
He likes the vibe that Pokemon gives it.
Alright, yeah, that wasn't really touched upon at all in the games, and also in the generational anime thing that I saw, like, very short clips of. But did N, like, did he actually communicate with Pokemon, or was it more like he could see a Pokemon and, like, understand? I know they say he could understand it just based off how it's feeling, but did he also have, like, a telepathic thing where he could talk to Pokemon? Because once again, like, going off the games and everything, it says more or less, like, he understands how they're feeling just based off how they look at him and stuff. And that's kind of like how I am in real life, too, because, believe it or not, I could look at an animal and tell you, like, what's wrong with an animal and whatnot. So, you guys don't have to believe me, but I have stories behind that. So, like, I mean, I guess in that case, me and N kind of share somewhat of a similar relationship, except I didn't have two women follow me every time to, like, make sure I'm safe. I don't know, I like N. Like, just because N's like that one weird character too. He's like that weird character, but he's not. He's more pure than half of the Pokemon people in general. I would say even more so than the professors. Because, like, Juniper, there's nothing really anything bad about Juniper, but, like, Rowan was like, huh, should I give these children Pokemon? And it's like, after 2 seconds of asking, it's like, sure, take these Pokemon. Professor Birch was freaking Professor Birch.
Victory is ours.
I don't know how to feel about Professor Birch in all honesty, just because, like, the anime kind of was about it. Birch just came off as that fat guy. Professor Elm? I don't remember what Elm was like. I think Elm was more like, you know, just kind of like Professor Oak, where it's like, here, take these Pokemon, explore the world. Although I love Gen 2, I remember jack crap the story of Gen 2. All I remember Team Rocket was cutting off Slowpoke's tails and selling them as soup. And I'll say right now,
this entire Slowpoke tail.
the weird part is, like, didn't they also say evolve that way because the Sheldon?
Victory is ours.
Somewhat. no. I was playing with Incineroar. Incineroar. No, Incineroar.
What the best is going on?
Well, I'd have to end the lobby. No.
Pichu.
Oh, not it. Like, it's like a round robin sort of thing.
Oh, sensitive tooth just hit me. Ow, 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 ow. Oh my god. That was really weird. I have sensitive teeth, but I didn't expect my sensitive tooth to like, randomly kick up on that. Ow. Revolver Ocelot. Revolver. I don't remember the Metal Gear guy. Crap. Ocelot?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ocelot. I played Metal Gear once or twice. Time to get that Metal Gear. I can do a good Snake voice. My Snake just sounds like a teenager trying to do Snake.
All is well that ends well.
Wait till you're done talking. Hope they talk to you again.
Even the great stairway lies. The usurper will be in the throne room, if he is anywhere. He must be found and punished, which means we must seek another way up.
Oh. I take it he is busy. I'm gonna go take a piss. I'll be back.
Come, Jasper, do your worst.
I just realized I have no dinner. I'm gonna go hungry. Yay!
If you insist.
He'll test me when he's back.
Curse you, Hendrik. Brute strength wins the day again.
It is good to see two young men with such... Huh? But I order you to cease your horseplay and greet our latest arrival. I present Princess Jade. When you grow older, you will be the guardians of this great kingdom. I am counting on you. And now...
I'm probably just make some eggs and probably put some strawberries in there, some maple syrup. That sounds like a good-ish dinner.
With my might and your wisdom, we will surely be the greatest knights this kingdom has ever seen. Long may we protect the princess and all her people. Jasper, are you listening to me? What is this?
Why, the shield of Heliodor, of course. Symbol of the kingdom's greatest knights. His Majesty keeps it in his private chambers. If we are destined to become such men one day, one of us will surely wear it. I would very much like to see it.
And how do you propose to do that? One cannot simply stroll into the king's chambers uninvited.
Oh, I have my ways. I just so happen to spy a certain someone treating himself to a midnight feast in the kitchen. None other than His Royal Majesty. He slithered out of a secret passage behind a cupboard and set about the leftovers.
You devil! You've solved the mystery of his bulging belly. The Queen will make you an Earl for such a service to the kingdom.
We meet in the kitchen at midnight.
Agreed.
Of course. The passage to the king's chambers. But what was that? So this is your power, Luminary? You are able to draw on the memories amassed within the world tree to pry into others' pasts. The kitchen is on the north side of the castle, beyond the banqueting hall. Come. I did not make it here that night, you know. I was caught trying to slip out of my chambers. The king made me polish all the armor in the castle. Jasper was disgusted with me. We had a furious argument. We had so many in those days. But there was more happiness than strife. Life was simple. We had a purpose. we would have stood together in... I have treated you poorly. Forgive me. My loyalties have been tested, but not by you. Whatever lies ahead, we must face it together. Will you stand beside me?
You have done well to make it here, old friend. And with the Darkspawn in tow, no less. Oh, bravo.
Jasper.
Temper. Brute force may have won the day once upon a time.
Why? Why did you give yourself to the darkness? What of our pact? We swore fealty to Heliodor. We promised to protect the kingdom, together!
Why? You, of all people, ask me why?
Does something amuse you, traitor?
It is I who must ask you why, surely.
Oh no.
Why is it that you always thought yourself so much better than me? Why was it always you who was given the golden opportunities? Why was it always you who got just what you wanted? Why? Tell me why! Well, no more. I will be second best no longer. I know the truth now. Love, dreams, light, friendship, all these count for naught. All that matters is power. And the only power that matters is that of the darkness. There is one who sees the worth in me, who deserves my fealty, who gives me the power I crave. And all who stand in his way must be destroyed.
I lost my hometown, my family, and my friends. All to the dark power that you serve. I lost my faith and my purpose. Though some called me hero, I believed I was a fraud, and that I was powerless to protect them. But I can protect them. It is the Luminary's duty to deliver the world from evil. And it is my duty to protect him. Jasper, you are a traitor to your kingdom, a servant of evil, and a threat to the servant of light. I sentence you to death!
Really, old friend? Forgive me if I do not begin quaking. Now, let us end this fun. You will outdo me no longer, Hendrik. This time it is I who have been chosen, and you who will fade into obscurity.
Jasper.
God, I hate this fight.
Well met, worms. I am Tyrion, servant of the Lord of Shadows, and proud bearer of the title of Spectral Sentinel. You would return the world to brightness? Fools! Wretches! The time of light is no more. The age of darkness looms. All is as the Lord of Shadows wills it. As long as I yet live, the dawn shall not return to this place.
You don't live.
Now, step forward, friends. Eternal night awaits!
Ugh.